For me personally, meditation was what allowed me to truly understand myself. I didn't gain anything. What I lost, though, was anger, fear, anxiety, and I just love that because that's truly what it is.
Meditation helps you to go inward, and that's where the heart is, so to speak. The mind is more outwardly focused.
It's becoming familiar with yourself and understanding and knowing that those feelings that you're generating begin right here.
The mind can be influenced, but what cannot ever be taken over is the heart transmission. The limo driver knows how to drive the car, knows the roads, but unless the passenger tells it where to go, it sits idle. The driver would be the heart, if you will. So we actually go to meditate, you actually learn to how to connect with your heart. And we learn to trust it. That's the higher self we're talking about, it's the connections. So as we start to fully connect with our heart, it's like, do this, do that. Well, why should I do that? What's the benefit to me?
The ego.
Yeah, the ego says that. How is it going to benefit me? Ego can only get you to where it's already been, therefore you're always traveling in the same neighborhood in which you've experienced. Nothing gained. You need the heart's transmission to go beyond the neighborhood, further experiences. But yet the mind does know how to move you through it, even if you go into another neighborhood. But it can't be the director.
Often we think we are the mind. We think that's who we are.
Yeah.
Those thoughts, that head chatter that we hear, we think that's us. That is so not us.
No, it's part of us. It's almost like having a cell phone with no cell service. So that's what I'm talking about. So it has a use, the mind. It takes us in the circle and it becomes your worst enemy. But the heart is that connection to the whole universe. When you close your eyes and meditate, you put your attention to your heart. And then you can feel it. And all of a sudden, what you notice is thoughts that are in your head start to just run by you. They don't grab your attention. And when you're feeling good, act on those impulses. If you're not feeling good, all of a sudden the thoughts coming in do not look good. And then if I act on that, it will continue down the road in which what I consider to be non-preferential. And it's not the thought. It's how you look at the thought, how you perceive the thought. But don't get hung up on definitions, because in life you can't tell everyone to stop using words. So ask yourself, how do you define yourself? Do not let anyone else define you that way. That's utter nonsense. Hatred is utter nonsense. We get caught up in it. But who told us this belief? Don't let anyone talk to you that way. No one should look at you that way. Make sure you're respected. And then the ego starts yelling back at another hologram.
And that's what we do every damn day. Everyone, we create a story. Oh, this shouldn't have happened to me because this is bad.
The heart is very direct, but the mind perceives what the heart will come in.
Free will is often confused. People think, oh, free will, yeah, I can run over here or run over there. Free will is perception. The ability to look at any given situation in whatever positive or negative, preferential or non-preferential view we want.
Yeah.
Remind yourself that free will is us choosing at any given moment how we're going to look at a certain situation. That is our greatest gift. We confuse free will with the action and with the ability to do what we want. No, it's much deeper than this.
But it means I can be at peace no matter what happens.
Or when you're upset, when you're angry, when you're sad, tell yourself, I have free will. Remind yourself during the worst times, you're gonna look at the situation differently. Your body will naturally relax. It's being able to self-regulate and ultimately choose whatever you're going to experience in your daily life.
But then when you finally let go of it momentarily, and you fall into that neutral state, and you ask yourself, why am I holding on to this perception? Your perception of life would be completely different than someone that was only 20 miles over the other side of the water. Why is that? Because those are programmed. When you allow to perceive with your heart, everything is connected. What I do know is in the moment I'm in, if I'm heartfelt, I'm in that steady place, in that place of listening, place of focus, or the zone, however you want to label it. I know whatever it is I need to experience this obstacle, it will come to me. But I don't live life that way. I catch myself in this program, and now when I realize that program wasn't mine, I laugh at it. What I'm saying is, How do you want the day to feel? This is how we live life. So if you try to say, this is how I want my day to go, how do you want your day to feel? How's your week go?
The hard part is starting, because we get trapped. We need to remind ourselves that we have free will in any decision and to look at it in any way. When we wake up in the morning, you start planning your whole day in the back of your head, right? And if you don't do this, oh man, it will lead to that. No, none of that is true. When I recognize the chatter in my head, when I recognize my mind, if you will, speaking, nothing is as serious unless we make it serious. Nothing is upsetting unless we make it upsetting. Nothing is bad unless we make it bad.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in.
Once the heart is in it, no one can talk you anything. Why? You're living by the heart. The heart knows. The heart knows everything. Because the only truth out there is experience.
Whatever you look for, you will find. And I know that to be true.
The heart is a sacred connection that we have to our higher self. Allow your heart to open up. Every human heart is connected. And that's our perspective shift.